In this video, I'm going to talk about how your beliefs dictate your dating experience. Before we begin, I'm just going to say I'm not one of those spiritual teachers that like to box things in and say everything is like this, you know. When you think about all of reality, if the human brain was to absorb all the truth, you would pass out or just die because it would just be too much information. When it comes to attracting, partners into our life, it's not just your beliefs and your energy and all that kind of stuff. There's other things that can interfere with, our dating experience. For instance, let's say you have a nice little lady sending you black magic and having karmics come into your life that are just going to, lie and cheat on you and, maybe put arsenic in your drink, that kind of stuff, right? Sometimes you have a soul contract or God's just like, hey, we need you to go interact with this person. We want to see how they respond and we're going to make some decisions based accordingly. There are alternate things, but for the most part, our belief systems and our energy play a major part. When I think back to where my dating journey really began, was basically in 2020 after my divorce. I waited about 6 or 7 months before I jumped into online dating. And because I was in such a long relationship, I never got to experience what online dating was. And the whole time I was with my partner, I was just like, online dating must be so fun. Like, there just must be so many people out there, and it just must be just this amazing experience, right? And so by the time, I decided to jump into online dating, because of the way my situation ended, I had this belief that women were not trustworthy and, blah, 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 all this other stuff, right? So what happens to me when I jump into online dating? So I had this belief that if I was ever on an online dating profile, my account would just blow up, right? And the first time I ever went on an online dating site, after a short amount of time, I had like 200 likes, and I know to a lot of ladies out there, that might not seem like a lot, but just pay. If you stick to the end, you'll see that for me, that was a lot. Like, I had all kinds of people messaging me. I was just like, wow, this is fabulous, right? But I had this belief that women were untrustworthy. So what happened? Well, I started interacting with pretty much fake accounts. These women that, we'd message back and forth for 2 weeks. And then they would come out and be like, I'm stuck in the airport. My visa's not working. Can you send me money? And I'm just like, fuck, unmatch. And, then the next one I'd spend 2 weeks getting to know. And then they'd be like, I can't pay my rent. Can you send me money? Unmatch. It's like, fuck. So this belief that, women were untrustworthy, I was getting all these things coming in. But, I just had all these likes flying in, and I was just like, wow, this is great, right? And eventually, I met someone that I guess you could say was a little untrustworthy, and, I was emotionally unavailable for quite some time after that experience. But, after that, it's interesting because I started to, not want, like, there was a part of me that was just like, hey, I'm done with dating. And as soon as I had this energy come over me where I'm like, fuck it, I'm done with women, I don't want anything to do with them, it's like I had 3 different dating sites and like no likes. Like, my energy was just repelling people. And I met someone by accident, you could say. I was just taking pictures of my sculptures at a lake, and I ended up running into someone, and she ended up putting an arsenic in my drink and tried to kill me. And for almost 2 years, I went through this whole mentality switch where I was just like, what, I'm not even attracted to women anymore. Like, it wasn't like I was jumping to the other side, but I was just like, if all this gorgeousness comes with this kind of fucking craziness, just this massive headache, whether it's having individuals sending me black magic or making fake accounts and fake reports and slandering my name and whatever, right? I was just like, it's just not worth it. And for a very long time, I had this mentality, and even though I had like 3 dating sites up, I was getting like 1 match, and then you'd hear nothing from them, like, just for 2 years, when I was just like, what, I'm completely done. No matches online. And then, I start to think, okay, you know what? I'm ready to go out there and try again. And I ended up, you can only do so much healing on your own. So I thought I was healed and ready to go, right? And I go meet someone. Unfortunately, they were amazing. But the problem that I noticed was that as soon as I got there, it was like all these things I wasn't able to heal on my own came up. It was like, you know how you're supposed to be present out on a date, especially when you're with a beautiful lady. And all I could think about was like, is this woman gonna, if things don't go well, is this woman gonna create fake profiles and harass me online for 2 years? Is she gonna slander my name, send me black magic? Is this the woman who's gonna put arsenic in my drink? I had all these things coming up while I'm trying to have a normal conversation. And because of that, I realized just how guarded I was. And, I had to think about it for a while, and it was just like, the more I thought about how I was like, fuck, I saw a lot of potential in her, but I realized the energy that I brought to the table was extremely guarded. And so I just started thinking to myself, like, you know what? This seemed like a girl that probably wouldn't have sent me black magic if things didn't work out. She probably wouldn't have put arsenic in my drink. And I was just like, okay, I just changed my mindset. I'm like, you know what? There are nice, good girls out there. And as soon as I did that, got 2 dates in a row. And, I'm somewhat of a very selective guy when it comes to the ladies I date. And it was just like, as soon as I started to be like, okay, there really are nice people out there, and I just have to bring this, unguarded energy on my dates, and everything's going to be fine. And as soon as I embraced that energy, it was like, boom, boom, 2 matches with, 2 very attractive ladies, 2 dates lined up in a row. And it's just like, it's crazy how your belief system really affects the type of individuals you bring. Again, there are other circumstances, but for the most part, check in with your belief system. If you just went through some shit and you're like, sex that I'm attracted to is crazy, you might want to chill out on dating for a little bit. I thought I was good to go when it came to dating, getting out of a 22-year long relationship like 7-8 months down the road. And I look back now and I laugh. Like, I probably should have took 1.5 years, 2 years off before I even talked to someone. But check in with yourself, make sure your belief system's aligned with the type of people you want to bring in, or there's no point dating. Just wanted to say thanks to everybody that's gone out and purchased a copy of Finding Me, my new book, now available on Amazon. That's all I got. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.